Hey there, how's it going today? Welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really do appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just one moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So my name's Mike, and what I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff on this channel. I really do hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. So guys, a couple days ago, I turned 39 years old on February 10th. I did an all-day, 12-hour live stream. I had a blast, but I'm not going to lie, it was exhausting. And I spent most of yesterday kind of resting up and just recuperating a little bit. But today, I'm getting right back at it, and we're coming at you with another flower review, guys. And this one's one that I'm really excited to look at. Uh, but before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick it back to the previous me. And he's going to go ahead, he's going to reiterate to you a little bit about what we do on this channel. And he might even be able to explain a little bit about what THCA is, if any of you guys are still unfamiliar or unsure about that. And then after we're done with that, we're going to be hopping right into this review. All right, as you guys know, I review federally legal hemp products and devices on this channel. And some of these products have THCA in the name. And THCA is one of those things that has an awful lot of people confused right now. So if you're one of those people that's confused, give me just one moment. Let me explain a little bit. I might be able to educate you a little bit about what THCA actually is. And THCA stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid. And it's the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants everywhere. Basically, it's the precursor to what we know now as Delta 9, THC. All right. So in and of itself, though, guys, THCA is not psychoactive. You're not going to go out and eat a piece of a hemp plant and get any elevated effects. It does not work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation may sound like a fancy chemistry word, and it's because it is, but it's very simple in principle. And it simply means application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, just the heat of the sun, it's a hot day outside, or, we're applying some artificial heat with some flame or with an electronic heat source like I like to use. We are decarboxylating that THCA molecule, and it's dropping that A right off the end of that molecule chain, and it's leaving you with good old-fashioned THC. So, guys, I want to be very clear on this. For all intents and purposes, the THC that everybody that you've ever spoken to or has ever spoken about before this, before 2018, they have been referring to THCA, the naturally occurring compound found on the plant. All right? Very clear about that. It is basically the same thing everybody's always spoken about. But the great thing is, since 2018 in the federal farm bill, we can get all these things to our doors. We don't have to go out and, you know, deal with strange people at odd times of night, potentially go out and, waste our time at the least and risk our safety at the worst. Now we just get it mailed to us, and when you get your packages in the mail, you're going to be getting something like this. This is a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. And it just dictates what is in the package, and it does list the applicable sections of the 2018 Farm Bill that the things in the package are covered under. Very important to hold on to these guys. You don't want to get rid of these right now. They pack flat. Just hold on to them. There's no reason to throw these out at this moment. For the foreseeable future, hold on to these and hold on to any COAs or certificates of analysis that you may have with your products. All right? All right, guys. Now that we got that out of the way, today's good mood is brought to us by California Gold Farm. And today we're looking at Gas Face. Gas Face is a 70-30 indica dominant hybrid. I've heard a lot about this. I have a couple of friends that have had this, and they love it. I'm really excited to try it here for you guys today. As the name would suggest, you do get on the aroma, it's gassy, like almost diesel gassy. It's got that little bit of something going for it that makes you think of fuel. Definitely earthy. A little bit of a sour note. Uh, Sour by way of citrus, though. I wouldn't, I'm not detecting a lot of hardcore lemon forward citrus, though. Maybe a bit peppery on the nose. All right. Get this out on a tray. There are the nugs, guys. Gorgeous nugs. Gorgeous nugs. This is an eighth. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lots of color in there. However, they seem to be heavily dusted with trichomes. Like it's got a lot of trichomes on it. Good density. I would call it medium density. It's not like it's rock hard or anything, but it's not larvae either. Still has really good retention, and I just press that and it's sponging back. So it's got good structural integrity, I guess you would say. Retention. Really, really nice. Good variety of colors. Got some darks, got some lights. Like I say, the trichomes are very obvious to the eye, and it gives it a lighter look. And it's actually quite nice. I can tell that under these trichomes, it's fairly, it's got some dark hues, maybe some purples and some dark greens and stuff, but the healthy trichomes really lighten it up and they give it a nice contrast. The smell is wonderful. The smell is really, really nice. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take a cut here. I'm going to get some shots of this, and we're going to be back, and I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to let you know what I think, and we'll take a look at the genetics, and we'll see if we can find out something about this strain. Hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I've got some great shots of this gas face from California Gold Farm. Really, really nice stuff. Very pretty. Nice nugs. Keep the large ones over there, and we're just going to break these ones up. You guys may not be seeing this video, but I am working on some new photography techniques. It's a little difficult translating what I'm working on into a microscope. Normally the technique that I'm looking at is usually used for standard photography with, cameras, not usually used for microscopes. But I am learning, and hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to really have some very highly improved microscope shots. Now, I will say, this flower here, absolutely covered in trichomes, as I thought by looking at it. Very heavily, heavily covered in trichomes. Density is really good. The trichome health is very good. There's a lot of intact trichome heads there. And my God, the diesel, the gassy, the fuel smell really comes out on the grind in this. I was grinding it up and I could smell it very strongly. And for all the trikes it's got on it, guys, it's holding on to its keef, which is a good thing. It means we're going to have a nice potent vape. Alrighty. That there. And we're, as usual, going to be using two bowls today. We're going to be using the microdose bowl. And we're going to be using the hybrid matrix shovel head injector bowl, which is used on the diffuser side. Go ahead and get these packed up. Now this is a 70-30 indica dominant hybrid, so it's a little stronger on the split than most. Standard split these days seems to be about a 60-40. Either way, whether it's indica dominant or sativa dominant. So I've told you guys before, anything over a 60-40 split is a high, um, very high ratio on that side. All right, so to begin with, we're going to be getting through the whip, just tasting a little bit, getting an idea. I do expect to get some good gas on this. It is called gas face, after all. And so I'm expecting some earthy, diesel-y, maybe sour, maybe some pepper on there. We'll see if that's what I get. Heavy on the earthy gas, guys. And that's what it is. It's heavy on the earthy gas. Definitely still has that diesel coming through. the fuel gas, but it's sour and peppery. Got a little bit of a kick on the back end of it. It's really nice. Mm, really nice. Let's look at what we got here on a California Gold Farms site. It is listed at a 30.22% THCa. That is um, fairly potent. And cross of high octane and jungle cake. That's the cut that we have listed here, which is not the cut that you would find if you. Oh wait, that's gas cake. Am I looking at the wrong flour? I think I might be looking at the wrong flour. Let me just a second. There it is. Okay, so they have two gas strains on California Gold Farm. I just looked at gas cake. Now I'm looking at gas face. Pardon me. Okay, so it's actually stronger. It's 31.86% THCA, which is quite potent. And okay, face mints crossed with biscotti. That's what tipped me off that I was looking at the wrong strain, guys, because I know gas face mints crossed with biscotti. Um, but good thing I caught that. So indoor dominant, indoor grown, as most of their stuff is. It's all indoor grown, indica dominant, and they have quite a long description here. I'm not going to bother reading through the entire description, um, because we're going to be going over most of this, the flavor profile and the aromas we've already gone over, which is to say earthy, gassy diesel with some sour, peppery notes to it. And that's what I'm getting as I taste it. Very good. And it does have that gas on it. So guys, if you guys are into gas face, pretty good strain, I would say. Mm. Hmm. Oh yeah. That one got me. Okay. On that larger hit, kind of skipped over the earth and it went straight to gassy, sour, with a bit of that pepper on the back end. Super tasty. Super tasty. But there's a lot of terps there, guys. Those terps just hit me really good. It's sticking on the palate, and this flower is very potent. This is my first vape of the day. I'm gonna get back into trying to make my videos first thing in the day. As I vape, for the first time of the day, I'm gonna try to make sure that the first thing I do every day now is gonna be making my videos. I'm gonna try to abstain from consuming before I make my videos. And yeah, this is very potent. Heavily indica. It's definitely got me full body calming effect. You can feel it's a body buzz. You can definitely feel it hitting, and it's hitting. It's not creeping. Though I do feel like it's going to be one of those that might come in waves. It's going to hit you, and it'll creep back up on you and tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I'm still here." half hour later. Um, Very nice. I'm liking it. So obviously for something indica dominant, you're going to be relaxed, happy, just kind of chill. It's going to help relieve anxiety, stress, depression, um, stuff like that. It might help you sleep a little bit, calm down, definitely help you calm down. So yeah, that sort of stuff. Um, I'm not sure if I would push it and use it for ADHD or anything like that. Trying to, help deal with issues like that because let's face it, this is an indica dominant hybrid. Issues like ADD, ADHD, stuff like that tend to respond better to more stimulating things. So I would say still stick to a sativa for something like that. Um, and that's not from any personal experience. That's based on the experience of people I know personally who have ADD, ADHD. And sativas have replaced their ADD and ADHD medications, if you get what I'm saying. So it is effective for those things, but provided that you have a stimulating strain, a sativa. Um, this right here, for me, somebody like me that's high strung, obsessive, I tend to, worry a lot and stuff like that. This is just gonna, as an indica, this is one of those things that if you're having some issues and you're just under too much stress, this is one of those to smoke or vape or whatever real quick and drop some of those stressors off of your shoulders. Now that I know what to expect, it's not catching me by surprise. Mm, really tasty. So guys, a couple days ago on the 10th, I had my birthday stream. 12 hours, guys. I spent 12 hours live. I don't know how I managed to be on 12 hours. Actually, yeah, I do. I know how I managed it. You guys were there. I had so many people coming in, hanging out with me. A couple of y'all hung out the entire 12 hours and helped me moderate and stuff like that. Just moderate the chat, make sure everybody was behaving, keeping conversation live and active. And we had 12 solid hours of active, interactive chat. We didn't have any dead air for 12 hours, guys. That I can't believe it. I never expected that. I fully expected to be hanging out with me and one and two people for hours at a time. I didn't expect to, at one point, get up to the numbers that I did get up to. Certainly by the end of the stream, I didn't expect to have had over 500 people check in. I checked my analytics. By the time that stream was over, guys, we had had over 500 individuals at least drop in for a minute or two. I am very blessed. I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. It was exhausting. It was a blast, and I want to do that as often as possible, or at the very least, go live for a couple of hours a week. You know what I mean? And just kick it with you guys. I really enjoyed that, and figured I'd let you guys know that. It was probably the best birthday that I have had as an adult. It was probably hands down. I don't think I've ever had a better birthday um, as an adult, and since I turned 18, you know what I mean? And what's crazy about it is I just sat here and I had a couple of packages come in and stuff, but it's not as if I had a big old bash or anything. I just chilled with you guys online, and I had a better time than I have had when people have actually thrown me parties and stuff. So I'm just putting it out there, guys. That was so much fun, and we will be doing that again. People are already asking me if I'm going to do a 24-hour, like charity stream or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know if I can double that. Certainly not with the amount of consumption that I did on that stream. Um, But heck, it's an idea, right? Shout out to the weed box for this amazing piece from the February box. As you can see, I'm not running water in it right now. It does have this cool perk, and I run water and stuff occasionally, but even without water, because of that really cool percolator and all of the surface area it creates, all that glass surface area it creates, it still cools down the vapor quite nicely. Quite nicely. Mm, very good, guys. Very good stuff. So, um, I do have I do have some stuff coming up with Scale Forged. Over the past couple of days after my birthday, I wanted to start back up and smaller production, just kind of like ease back into full production for Scale Forged. So that's what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, as well as you know making a video for you guys at least every other day. All right. If you guys don't see me every day, don't worry, don't freak out. It's because I'm running my business. But I'm not going to be missing more than one day at a time. And most likely, you're still going to have a couple of days back to back throughout the week. Every week. Um, as things progress and pick up with my business, I should be able to automate it better. I should be able to get it to a point where I can just have things ready to go and streamline things a lot easier for me. And then eventually, I'm going to get back into full on everyday videos, or maybe multiple videos a day. As you've seen in the past couple of weeks, I've dropped a couple, uh, like 2 a day things. For the foreseeable future, you won't be seeing 2 a day, and you might not even be seeing them daily, but you will be seeing at least every other day. Um, as I do spend a lot of time making these videos, my time filming is actually the least amount of time I spend on these. I tend to spend more time taking my photos than I do actually filming and editing these videos, believe it or not. Taking the photos can sometimes take me up to an hour just to get good shots for you guys, just because I don't know, such a perfectionist about certain things. And unless I'm happy with it, I don't post it, kind of a thing. Um, Slows me down sometimes, but it also helps me keep my consistency. You know, I I keep things at my bar, and that's how I go about things. And so far, you guys seem to respond well to my level of perfectionism when I'm bringing stuff out for you guys. I got a lot more coming, a bunch of different stuff from a bunch of different brands. Some that you've seen, some that you haven't seen. I've got new stuff coming. I've got new glass coming. I've got new hardware coming. I've got some giveaways that I'm planning. I need to figure out how to structure that better so I can get more people involved in the giveaways, and get more out to people. Past couple that I've tried. Um, the last giveaway actually worked out fairly well, believe it or not. But the past couple of times I've tried, I would have preferred to have more people involved, more people engaging, more reach, more potential for people to get something. And the more reach I get, the more potential I have to be able to offer more, if that makes any sort of sense, and do giveaways more often. So I want to be doing that. Um, I still have a couple of VAP hit things that I'm going to be pushing out. I've got some things from Scale Forged that I might be producing and doing giveaways, maybe some hash hole presses, Canagar molds, that sort of thing. If there's anything you guys are interested in seeing, let me know. If there's anything you guys are sick of seeing or hearing about, let me know. If you guys are interested in anything you see on my channel, if you're interested in this nice mat here or anything from the Dab Hut, any of these glass pieces, anything like that, just go to my YouTube profile page and check out my campsite.bio. It has links to everything that you see on my channel, plus some other stuff that, just interests me. I've got a couple of links to a couple of Discord servers, one of which is the Green World server. And I've told you guys about Green World before. Green World is a genetics company. They're out of Ohio, and they're going to be bringing in some very, very interesting things. Some of which you guys will be sampling over the next year, whether you realize it or not. There's new genetics coming over here to the States, and Green World's going to be one of the driving forces behind it, I think. So that's my opinion. It is yet to be seen, but that's the way I see things going for that. I happen to know a couple of the breeders over there personally and have known them for a while, and the fact that they're bringing over their stuff is going to really change a lot of things um, as far as the landscape of terpenes and stuff like that goes here in the States. Trust me on that one. So a lot of exciting things to come, a lot of things to share, and yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little review of Gas Face from California Gold Farm. This is amazing flower, guys. Very, very potent. As you can tell, it has me quite lit. Very nice structure. Actually, that's almost sharp. You could almost stab somebody with that one there. So, interesting peaks. Interesting peaks. Very nice. Lovely colors. Wonderful smell. Like I say, if you like the gas, if you like a diesel gas, the fuel gas, which tends to be accompanied by earth, um, this is one to go for. Very, very nice. Still has enough sour um, and peppery stuff on the back end. Really holds it on the palate. Very tasty. Very potent. So guys, until I see you next time, I want you to continue to take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and take care of each other. Make sure that you're not letting anybody's negative comments, even if they're just expressing themselves. Sometimes people express themselves negatively. They're having a rough time, guys. Some people are going through it. I've done it recently myself, be going through it and just expressing my feelings. But those feelings come out negatively sometimes to people. They sound like defeatism sometimes to people. They're like, well, why are you so negative? Why are you so down on yourself? Like, it's how I'm feeling at the moment, not how I'm intending to stay, sort of a thing. And I'm expressing this. I'm letting you guys know this because oftentimes when we express our feelings to people, we don't realize that they can be construed or perceived as negative. When people really want to hear something positive from you, because they want to hear people building each other up. Everybody wants to hear everybody else building each other up. Nobody wants to hear negativity, even though some of us sometimes have to express negative feelings so that we can look for the support of our loved ones and our friends and our family. But as people express those things toward me, I sometimes react toward them as if, I'm done with the negativity. I'm done with it. We're positive from here on out. But I've got to remind myself that I misunderstand, I misconstrue what they're doing. They are just expressing their feelings. They're not expressing the intention to wallow in self-pity. They're not expressing the intention to live in negativity. They're just expressing what they feel at that moment. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But we need to, on our side, if it's being expressed toward us, we need to understand that's usually what that is. And if we're expressing that toward other people, we need to make sure those other people understand that, we aren't trying to just be down on ourselves if we're expressing negative thoughts or negative feelings, but we're human and we reach out for people to empathize with us, to lend a shoulder, or, just lend an ear just to hear and say, sorry you're going through that, man. Keep your chin up. Things will get better. A lot of times that's all anybody's really looking for, myself included. But because I've looked for that so hard and I've expressed so much negativity in seeking that empathy from people, I've actually hurt other people in doing that because that expressed negativity toward them, and then it's like people are sponges. People are emotional sponges, guys. And keep keep that in mind. You know, when we express feelings, whether they are negative or positive, people tend to absorb those. Um, so yeah, I guess what I'm saying is just if you have to tell people how you're feeling and you're feeling negative about it, just make sure that you back it up with some positivity. And if you're hearing something negative from somebody else, try to understand that it's not them trying to drag you down. They're looking for you to help raise them back up. That's what it's really about, guys. And that's what friendships, relationships, doesn't matter, you know, what level you are on. It's when you can get through the hard times and you can see people feeling bad, uh, and going through it, and then you can help raise each other back up, and then you can move on and get along. That's really important. I've got some people that I'm working on that with right now. Um, and I'm going long-winded. Goodness gracious, I am. This is going to be an over 30-minute video yet again. Um, but in any case, guys, I just wanted to put that out there. I've been thinking a lot about this. I've been doing a lot of soul searching about this, and that's what I realized is like even when we're expressing negative thoughts, it's not to be taken negatively sometimes. So with that, I'll leave you, and I'll thank you yet again for being here with me. You guys are wonderful. You guys made this dude's 39th birthday the best birthday he's ever had. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next time. I've got a lot more coming. Make sure you have that bell icon hit so you get notified every time I got a video dropping. Till I see you next time, as usual, I want you to stay lifted. I want you to stay blessed. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. And remember, stay positive. Peace.